Hey, what's happening, everybody? So, a lot of people have been talking about the display on the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra and how it's washed out. Basically, it's not as poppy, it's not as vivid as the S23 Ultra and the other Galaxy phones before it. And it's evident whenever you start looking at these icons. One of the first things I noticed was that as well. So I noticed here, like, there's just like a tint on it, right? And I have decent vision, so I noticed this. There's like a tint over here on the S24, and there's no tint over here on the S23. Now, what we're going to do here, let's go ahead and let's do this. Let's go ahead and let's go to settings. Let me show you all. I have everything set exactly the same way. Dark mode, I got my brightness set exactly. All right. You can see the way I got everything set up. Let me just show you all this over here. Come over here, motion smoothness. Come over here real fast. I got everything set the same way on this device. I'm not using no eye comfort shield. And I'll show you guys this. This is the most important thing here. I am on Vivid, and I do have my RGB set exactly the same on the S24 that I do on my S23. Okay, so, and I'm using the same resolution. You see it right there. I got everything set full resolution, okay? Even though this has a higher resolution to it, but that's neither here nor there. Let's go ahead and let's jump into this now, all right? So where it becomes really evident as well, and one of the things I noticed is whenever you're looking at a photo where there is a dark background, real quick, let's look at this real quick. I want to get to that because whenever you're looking at a photo like this, I want to close up a little bit here. All right, you're going to see that there. The one on the right is the S23 Ultra, and you can tell it looks like you're looking through like a clear window or something, right? The one on the left, it looks like you're looking through a tinted window just a little bit. You can notice it, right? So let's come back over here. Now what we're going to do, we're going to scroll down a bit, and I want to show you all. There it is right there. So you look at this photo here, and the fine details on a photo like this, they kind of go away. Now on this S24 Ultra, that background back there, you can see the trees. There's not as much detail as there is on the S23 Ultra. And it becomes even more evident in a photo like this one here. So let's come here like this. So you're looking at that. The S23 Ultra here, the S24 Ultra. Look at the background there. You can just see that background. There's less information. It's not as clear. The background's not as clear on the S24 Ultra as it is on the S23 Ultra. You can get a look at that. You can actually look at the background there. You actually see more detail on this one right here on the S23. And another thing too that really affects, I like calling it dynamic range, but if you look at some of the darker points in that photo, you can just tell it just doesn't look good at all. It's just, there's just something really, really, and it's even worse whenever you go and you start blowing up photos and you start looking for finer details. Like this one here, you see it really, really well. You can see the elliptical trainer thing on the S23 Ultra, but on the S24 Ultra, you can't even see it. It looks ridiculous. Now, I've already heard a lot of excuses from a lot of different tech reviewers who are saying stuff like, well, Samsung, they're people have complained. No one's complained. The only people that have complained, these YouTubers are primarily iPhone users. But whenever they do get a hold of a Samsung Galaxy device, they complain about how punchy and poppy and cartoonish the displays look. Now, this one right here is another fine example. The one on the right, the S23 Ultra, look at the dark part of the cloud. You can actually see it really, really well. Look at the darker parts of the cloud. You come over here on the S24 Ultra, it is not the same. And the same thing happens over here. I noticed it instantly. This one right here, this photo here, it looks glassy, like real glassy. Here, you got like that tint going on, and I just don't like that. I just don't like that at all. And I've gone over all these photos, I've with the fine tooth comb type deal, and it shows up over and over again. The darker spots, the darker areas of pictures, they just don't look as good. There's something definitely missing. Now, I've already heard people, or whoever these people are, that Samsung's going to be releasing a software update to fix this. I'm not sure they can because this is hardware. Because look, some of y'all might like this, some of y'all might not. That glare, it's never been an issue to me because I'm not over here looking at my phone like that. Even with this S24 Ultra, I'm not going to be doing that. It's never been an issue because I've purposely not looking at my phone under like glaring conditions, and I don't think anyone else is. So no matter where you go on this device, say you go and check your weather, you notice it over here as well. It just doesn't look as good. I mean, look, I know this can be like nitpicky-ish, but there's a lot of people out there saying it's a non-issue. No, this is a very real issue. And it always shows up like in these areas where there's darker areas. You can just see it even in that right there. It's not as vibrant and it's not as nice. And I also noticed it there. It's actually a little harder to notice, but it's just on that display right there, on that wallpaper. You can kind of see that. It just looks like there's something there. And I don't like that, all right? But anyway, that's it for this one. I don't know what Samsung's going to do. Maybe they're going to release an update. Maybe they're going to do something. The question of the day is this. Am I going to send this Samsung Galaxy S24 back because I'm still in my return window and because that display is not up to par with the S23 Ultra? That is the question. Are you going to send your phone back? I'll make a separate video talking about that. But all right, everybody, thank all of you for watching, and I will catch all of you in the next one. Take care.